Hi everyone. I saw the Chris Ramsey attempt to solve this puzzle, and I didn't watch the entire video, so I just scrolled to the end of the video, and I saw that Chris did not manage to solve this puzzle. The only thing I saw was that he managed to get this thing out of there. But how he did it, I didn't know. So that was the only piece of information that I had in addition to what is written on the box. And immediately after I saw Chris solve it, I went to Mr. Puzzle's website. I ordered my unit, and yeah, I got it, and I was preparing myself for days and days of puzzling, but maybe I did luck out, but I managed to solve it in 3 hours straight, from basically from the that is 3 hours for the round trip, that is going from this state to the solved state and back to this state. So now I want to go over the solution and explain to you the mechanics of what I've found, how this works. So yeah, spoilers, disclaimers are now disclaimed. So from this point onward, proceed only if you want to know the solution. So before we begin, I want to explain. Well, actually, no. Let me first start by highlighting some of the things that are important for solving this puzzle. First are the instructions on the box. They say the ultimate goal is to find the uniquely Australian token. Okay, yada yada yada. There are many separate steps to solve. The puzzle can be broken down in 23 individual parts. And now, yada 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 yada. Tools are very well hidden. No bashing, no external tools, no physical brute strength. This is important, is needed. You don't even need to lightly tap anything, which is also important. There's a tool for everything. Use your brains, not your brawn. Now, when I was solving this, I saw, actually after I solved this, I got this thing, this well piece, or the bucket piece, out in a different way than Chris Ramsey did. And what he did, it was actually, he actually forced it out. So that actually is contrary to what you're supposed to do, to use your brains, not your brawn. It's actually quite difficult to just stick your fingers in here and pry this out. I had a different solution, not more elegant, but a different solution to this. Again, I didn't know how he did it. I only watched the video afterwards because I wanted to see how he progressed. The other important thing is, I don't know if Chris's box had this. Well, let me just get this into view here. Do not put anything through a hole that has a black circle around it. So you can use the piece that has this black circle around a hole, but nothing goes through the hole. And that is, I think, I haven't seen this on Chris Ramsey's box. I think they may have added it because people were probably attempting, there's so many combinations with this puzzle that people were probably attempting even impossible things. I have to say, I attempted many things before I stumbled. I literally stumbled upon the solution by accident. And it was completely different from what I thought it would be. So now let's get into the solve. So before I actually show you how this puzzle is solved, I want to explain the mechanics of this first part and how you remove these thingies that hold this turning handle in place with thread. So there is a maze. Yes, there is an internal maze. And initially, when you turn it, you hear something inside. So there are pins, but also something is hitting against the inside of this metal bucket, and I was really thrown off at first. I thought there is a ball bearing inside in addition to some pins that you have to sort of navigate, and literally for the longest time through the solve until I actually popped out this piece, I thought there is a ball inside, or there was a ball inside. There is none. So here's how it works. There's a little drawing, a terrible drawing, I have to say. Excuse my terrible drawing skills, but it should convey the message across. So these dotted lines show the slots or the tunnels where these rods are. Now there are actually 4 rods, 1, 2, 3, 4, that actually prevent, when they're sticking out, that prevent these things to come out. So there's this maze that you have to navigate through, and the 2 positions you want to have them in is one side completely retracted like so, and one side sticking out, and the other side completely retracted and the diagonal side sticking out like this. So this is one position, and this is the other position that you want to have them in. Now what makes this even more difficult is that there are not only these 4 rods along these sides of the cube, but I assume, and this is the only explanation that I can give, is there are 2 additional rods that prevent actually these rods from hitting the furthest wall. So this rod cannot fully retract if this rod is here, but this rod can. Vice versa, this rod cannot fully retract if this rod is pressed against this wall. So how do you move these rods? Well, these rods are moved when you tilt. When you tilt the wall like this, you move these rods, you move these 4 rods. Now these 2 rods that are here, are moved when you tilt this thing like so. So it's actually far more tricky than you think. I haven't been able to find the moves 100%. It's like, it's like learning an instrument, really. It's basically, I haven't found a foolproof way, a foolproof set of moves that will get you from one position to the other position. So there's a lot of trial and error, which makes this hugely time consuming to actually remove this whole structure. So anyway, with this function out of the way, you can hear it. You can actually hear it and feel it. So with this out of the way, let's now proceed with the solve. And yeah, here we go. Well, that didn't help. Okay, here we go. First one. Nope. Well, see, it's very tricky. As I said, there's not a foolproof way how to get from one position to the other. But now we need to get into the other position. And it's locked. It doesn't go inside anymore because the rods are sticking somewhere in between. some frame. Try and zoom out of here, see if we got a better view. Oh yeah, it's much better for the frame. Anyway, yeah, it's not an easy puzzle. The tricky thing is, every time you move it, that these pins are so sensitive that whenever you move them, they just the slightest. Okay, are we? No, we didn't. No, it didn't move. Oh, actually, it did move a bit. Okay, here we go. See? Okay, so we're making some progress here. Let's do retract, but we're not gonna let it. Sometimes you get like, you know, when one side wants to go, this side wants to go, and this side is stuck. You know that on this side, these two rods are probably now pressed against this side. Thus, these two rods are clamping down on this part of the structure, while this one is loose. I'll show you when this comes out. This is what happens. So here the spin move didn't work. Nope. As I said, oh, here we go. Okay, let's try and do the next move. Okay, see, getting somewhere. The thing is, once you, even though you understand how this works, okay, here now, the two rods are pressing against this side, so this side is loose. It wants to go out. It wants to go out, but here, nothing. So here the rods are clamping down. So here, these two rods are pressing against this wall, thus not allowing these rods to free this part of the structure. Yep. Oh, okay. And now the other way. So now this side wants to come out, and this one is stuck. So the crazy thing about this is even though you know how this... Okay, here we go. There we go. We're out. And so now, you look here. Here you have the two rods and this one. So I don't know if I can get a good enough. Let me just try and zoom in. Yeah. See, this is the situation where these two rods are here. These two cannot come apart, so these two rods cannot retract and hide, but these can because they're free. So there's space here and they can hide here and here. And so this is the situation where one side wants to come out and the other just doesn't. Yep. Anyway, so yeah, okay. I had a view of what a good, yeah, this is a good view. So here we have one side sticking out and one side sticking out like this. So this is a good setup. This is how you want it. But again, I haven't found a 100% surefire set of moves that will get you into a position like this. So there's many random moves that get you there. All right, now, so we have the first part down. Let's examine what we have. So we don't need these things anymore. But when you look closely, these holes in the bucket, they have threads. They have threads. So something should be able to, we should be able to screw something in there. All right, now for the tools. There are two screws here that when you loosen them, they loosen these two wooden pieces. Now, this piece has a magnet. Quite a strong one at that. This little thing has this little wrench thing where you can slide this thing out, and you have this thing which neatly actually fits into this. So you can use this to screw this in or out. And you can use this tool, let me just zoom out. Okay. And you can use this to unscrew this. So just keep this nice and tidy. Yep, there we go. These two, this little thing here, then bolt number one. So I can separate this, separate this thread as well. And the last one. And you get this. Now, there's a little hole, which if you turn quite slowly, a little wrench will pop out. Or you can just, oops, quite a strong magnet there. Or you can just stick your fingers in here and pop this out. But remember, it says, use your brains, not your brawn. So this is quite a crude way to remove this. And I don't think everyone has the strength to just put their fingers, jam your fingers in and just pry this out. Notice, let me just zoom in again. These things have threads. So what actually works is, what I was trying to thinking is that these threads actually fit. When I was examining how this works and where these threads will fit, well, these threads, these bolts actually fit in here. And I don't want to insert it on an angle, so I gotta keep it. You gotta be very careful so you don't. Oh man, hang on. It's kind of difficult to do this with the camera. But yeah, here you go. There's one. There's one. See? And let's do number 2. I'm going to do this off camera because it's kind of difficult with a phone in front of your hands when you don't see what you're doing. But trust me, if it fits, and it fits nicely. There you go. So here's screw number 2, and it fits. It fits perfectly. Now, my thinking was you should use these things to fashion some sort of, some sort of a tool that will help you. These look like pliers, don't they? Some sort of a tool that will allow you to grip against the edges. And as I was trying to do that, I accidentally discovered the solution. So here goes. I tried to do this and somehow try and get this out somehow and use this as, let me just zoom out, as leverage and whatever. And yeah, it didn't really work. But look at this. When you look inside, there is something at the bottom. Now, where did this come from? Probably not show up on the camera, but one of these things, you'll know which one, has a little hole. And the magnet inside this bucket is so strong, it will draw out a tool from behind here. Inside here is a hidden compartment that hides a nail. And the magnet inside here is so strong that when you put this thing inside the bucket like so, it will remove this nail, which is now right here. And this is the tool that you need to solve this puzzle. And this nail fits really nicely on this wooden piece and the magnet. Now, how I got this thing out, I got it out like this. I put this, There's some very minimal grip that you get. Now, let me just, before I do this, I'm pretty sure that my solution is not 100%. I'm pretty sure that these things can be used somehow in a way that I don't know how. That you can, turn them into some sort of a tool that will help you extract the and this is how I did it. I mean, I'm sure there's a more elegant solution, but this is how I extracted this bucket. And now it's stuck. Okay. Oh, I see. See, the wrench. I didn't take out the wrench. Now, actually, I'm surprised. This is another, oh man, this is another layer that I didn't actually discover, because in my last attempt, I had the wrench pop out of this hole. And I thought I could just use it like this, but hang on, let me just get it back in there. Oh, this is funny. You can't get this out without the wrench coming out. Oh, this is ingenious. Interesting. See, this is another layer to the puzzle that I did not even think about. I know what the mechanism is, so I'm trying to get this wrench back in. Hopefully I'll succeed, but maybe I won't. Maybe I have to. Okay, so wait, let's keep this tool prepared. And now let's rotate this very, very slowly so that the wrench will pop out. And yeah, let's do this very slowly. I'll be keeping the hole on the top. So the thing can't drop out. Okay, we're stuck now. Since we're in the stuck position, well, I mean, this actually surprised me, because when I was solving this the first time around, the wrench, I was trying to turn this. I thought there was a ball bearing inside here. So I was turning this, sorry for the wheel. I was turning this thing constantly, and eventually the wrench just popped out, just like in the video of Chris Ramsey. Now I didn't do that. I know how it works. There is a little slot inside, and this is how it fits inside. I mean, this is how it goes inside. So it's kind of upside down. It's kind of upside down, hanging like this. And yeah, but now I'm actually surprised that even though I know exactly how it works, I'm still taken aback by this. Okay, now it's spinning again. So if it's spinning again, does that mean I can now remove it? Let me just try. No, I cannot. So I have to try and get this thing to pop out. And stuck again. So it's, oh wow, this is ingenious, really. I haven't thought about how difficult it would be to get this thing out. So now, this is some online puzzling. Okay, here we go. Now maybe, just try it now. No, it doesn't want to come out. Unless, so I gotta keep turning. Gotta keep turning. Gotta keep turning. So wait, I know how the cylinder looks. I know what the cylinder looks like. It's got grooves on the side, and this thing can just slide out and you know, jam this whole thing and prevent it. Okay, here it happened again. So it's probably jammed now. So I gotta turn it over, try and get it back in. Yeah, there we go. Okay, here we go. It's sticking out. So finally, yeah, here we go. Look, it's sticking out of the hole. Finally, come on. All right, here we go. Cool. Now here we go. Here are my two, my bucket extractor. There. Okay. Nope. Again. I need to get enough grip on the screws. So as I said, I'm pretty sure there's a more elegant solution than what I'm showing you here. But this is pretty crude, and it actually works. Really, really, really nicely. See? So here we go. Yeah. Here's the thing. Oops. And now, this is the inside. Let me just zoom in again. Here comes the solution. You probably see there's a little discolored thing here. Now, when you look at the markings, these brick outlines, you'll notice one thing. Two things, actually. You'll notice the width is actually the width of this nail. And there's an arrow right here. It's got a hole or a little dent on every side. There is an arrow which has a dent right here and right here. Now you can go trial and error, and I know now where the hidden compartment is, so I'm just going to go ahead and look inside, and I see it is right here on this side. Can you see it? It's going to pop out. It's here. So I'm just going to put this nail inside here and jam it in there. Jam it into the hole. And you see, the compartment is coming out. So there you go. This is the hidden compartment. where's the pewter object? To get it, you need to remove the nail, and it's going to come out. And this is the pewter object. Oops. So yeah, there you go. Abraham's well solved. Now, to get back to the state I was beginning to solve from, you just reverse the process. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. It's an amazing puzzle. Just zoom out. It is an amazing puzzle. I was delighted. Well, I was really glad I got it, and I was really glad I solved it. I solved it by complete accident. Even now, on the second solve, I was surprised how difficult it was to get this thing out without having first removed this wrench. And so I hope this helps. And I'm looking forward to Mr. Puzzle releasing the actual solution, because I'm pretty sure that this is not the way to get this thing out. I'm pretty sure there's a more elegant way to do something out of these tools and these structures and things to remove this. I mean, my thinking was completely different, and I stumbled upon the solution by absolute accident. I was trying to use the nail actually try using it on all four sides before I stumbled upon the one where it let me push it inside and something happened on the inside. So anyway, great puzzle. Have fun. Thanks. Cheers. Thanks for watching.